Close U.S. friend in the Middle East is speaking to CBS News about America's support of Israel in the war against Hamas. Queen Rania Al Abdullah of Jordan sat down with Face the Nation moderator Margaret Brennan. She is of Palestinian descent and has been outspoken about the plight of civilians in Gaza. She says Israel's allies need to hold Israel accountable for its actions.
You said people back home see the United States as complicit in what's happening?
They see it as an enabler, so clearly the U.S. is the country that has most leverage over Israel, and it is the biggest ally and biggest supporter. And the Arab world is getting, the rest of the world actually is getting mixed messages. So on the one hand, the U.S. is demanding that more aid rightfully go back into Gaza. At the same time, they're denying that the starvation is intentional. There's an expression of concern over civilian deaths. But at the same time, there's a provision of offensive weapons to Israel that are used against Palestinians. So, in a sense, when you try so hard to thread the needle, you can risk dropping the ball. You can risk letting your values and principles unravel, and that has a deep impact.
And Margaret Brennan joins us now. Margaret, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning.
So the Queen says that the United States is seen as an enabler in this conflict. So what's the impact of that in the region as she sees it?
Well, Vlad, Jordan's Queen was really giving a warning in the course of our conversation. She said the war is becoming one of the largest recruitment events in recent history for terror groups. She described anger, particularly among young people who are live streaming the daily destruction in Gaza, using U.S.-supplied weapons. She talked about the death of 15,000 children since October, the man-made famine-like conditions, and she said it's not just extremists, but now educated young people in her country who are openly questioning why the world isn't stopping it, and they see it as selective application of humanitarian law. She said, quote, "It's a sign our lives don't matter as much." And, Vlad, the Queen isn't alone in her risk assessment. The Director of National Intelligence in this country described the war in Gaza as having a generational impact on terrorism.
Margaret Brennan, fascinating discussion. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.